Shem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. Shalom. So this lesson will be titled, The Bible is Written in Codes. Once again, the Bible is written in codes, right? And that's why a lot of people, majority of the world do not understand the Bible, right? The Most High haven't opened that seal to them, right? He only opened the seal to who? His true servants, the prophets, right? Ultimately, the elect, right? His true teachers. Cause what Amos 3:7 say? Let's grab that real fast. Okay, he revealed his secrets into his prophets, man. So it reads, Amos 3:7, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets, right? The scriptures, the mysteries, the prophecies, right? The breakdowns, the parables, and etc. The Heavenly Father revealeth it into his true teachers, which are the prophets, right? His true servants, all right? He opened the seal unto them, so, to us, to be able to understand it, right? Because, of course, people can go and open up the Bible and can read it, but they don't understand it, right? That's why Yahweh Shah, the prophet, spoke in parables, right? The prophets had to use similitudes, right? And people don't even know how to read the Bible. They don't know you got to go precept upon precept, right? You got to get the milk and then the meat, right? You got to get the basis down before you can go and try to go in and read Revelations and shit. Of course you're not going to understand it, right? So I'm going to just bring out a couple of examples, but before I do that, bring out Hosea 12:10. The prophets had to use similitudes, right? Of course, they don't have the knowledge that we have in today's term, in today's world, right? So they had to describe things the best way they could, right? So this Hosea 12:10, he said, I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets, right? So the best way they could describe something, that's what they described it as, right? So, and I'm going to show y'all an example in Matthew 24 chapter verse 29, right? And it reads, say, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, even the powers of the heavens shall be shaken, right? So I say, and the stars shall fall from heaven. Are those talking about the literal stars that we see on it at night? No, it's talking about the missiles, right? The nukes, the ICBM missiles that's falling from the sky, that's falling from the heavens, right? It's not talking about the little stars, but the person with no understanding, their thing is really talking about the stars, right? I was thinking about a precept. Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab that real fast. Isaiah 28, verse 9 through 10. And it reads, say, whom shall he teach knowledge? Because I'm bringing this up because I just said people don't even know how to read the Bible, right? Understand it, things of that such. Even though the Most High got to give you that knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, right, for you to be able to understand the scriptures, right? The mysteries, the breakdowns, the prophecies, So back to it, Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. These are the only ways you're going to be able to understand the scriptures, right? That's the only way you're going to be on to find it. Oh, so like, these are the only way you're going to be able to get the true breakdowns, right? Or understand the scriptures, the true breakdowns. I was just finna say something. It slipped my mind that fast. Right, the understanding, etc. Right, that's how you gonna be able to find out the mysteries, things of that such, and see what things I'm talking about, or scriptures talking about. Right, like you said, precept upon precept. For y'all don't know what a precept upon precept is, I'll show y'all an example real quick. But Basically, just scriptures or scriptures that align with each other, right? So I'm gonna grab this real quick. Hosea 4:6. It reads, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children." Right. So you see how it's saying, "My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge." You know, when they reject knowledge, right? Go right here, Jeremiah 4:22. It say, "For my people is foolish; they have not known me. For they are such as children," meaning stupid children, ignorant children. He's saying they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge, right? Then I can also bring out Isaiah 1:3, right? The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel did not know, my people did not consider. I can bring out Baruch, what's that, 2:30, right? These are all precepts, right? Going into that same, title, that same, not title, that same category, basically, right? So Baruch 2:30 say, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people," right? "But in the land of the captives, they shall remember themselves," right? So those are precepts, you know. And so get a couple of examples, right? This Matthew 13 verse 3. This Yahweh speaking, right? He's saying he spake many things to them in parables, saying, "Behold, a sower went forth to sow." So it's just showing you right there how they literally were speaking in parables. For what and why? Because it's not meant for everybody to get it. Everybody not meant to understand the scriptures. Everybody not meant to understand the gospel, right? The truth. That's why he speak in parables. That's why he say in Revelation, the 3rd chapter. That's why he call it the mark of the beast. It's speaking in codes, man, in parables. It's only straightforward about certain things, right? Like the laws, commandments, and the basic things, right? The curses and etc. But when it comes to the deep shit, the mysteries and things of that such, man, it's all parables. It's all things to mess the brain up, right? If you don't got the spirit, right, the knowledge, understanding, the wisdom, the correct teacher, you will never understand it, right? So like I say, and he spake many things to them in parables, saying, "Behold, a sower went forth to sow. And when he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and the fowls came and devoured them up. Some fell upon stony places, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell into good ground, and brought forth fruit, some 100-fold, some 60-fold, some 30-fold. Who hath ears to hear, let him hear." Right? The point will be verse 10, right? Verse 10 and verse 3, but I'm still, summarize that up for y'all real fast, right? So this verse 10 saying, "And the disciples came and said unto him, Why speakest thou to them in parables?" They're like, "Yo, why you speaking to them in parables? Why you ain't telling them, straightforward, like what it is," right? Verse 11, he answered and said unto them, "Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given," man. So that's why in the Bible it's codes, it's parables, right? Riddles, you know what I mean? Cause he could easily be like, yes, cause when you read, verses 3 through 8, it's just showing you how some people, they come into the truth and they fall into good ground, and they come into the truth, they become mighty, strong in his truth, right? They become great men, right? Going on the highways of byways, they endure to the end, right? They have a great story. A song that fall among thorns, right? And what the thorns will choke them up, and that's brothers or sisters that heard the truth, and they immediately reject it, right? You got some that come to the truth and they fall away, right? You got some that basically as in come to the truth and then go back into the world, right? You got some that's gonna lose faith and etc. Right? Those are the ones that fall upon, stony places, thorns, right, and etc. Right? So, by different philosophies, whatever the case may be, right? But verse 10 and verse 11 is just showing you how the Most High, and the prophets and Yahushua, they're speaking in codes, right? And parables, just so everybody can understand, everybody can get it, right? And that's just one. Just going back to the Revelation 3:16, right? Just because I had mentioned this, Salaki. I said 3. I meant to say 13. Salaki, y'all. When they're talking about the mark of the beast, because Yahushua could have easily, or most I could have easily spoke and said that it'd be a chip, right? Revelation 13 and I started 15 saying he had power to give life to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he caused of all, both small and great, rich or poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? So it's calling it the mark of the beast, right? Saying that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the name of his number, right? So he could have been like instant, like, yeah, there's gonna be a time that you gotta worship this and the worship Esau New World Order. You gotta receive this chip. This chip is gonna be the RFID chip. No, instead he called it the mark of the beast. Right? Why is that? To throw the people out so they don't understand. Right? And that's why you got counts out here going out saying that it's sin, going out saying that you can receive it, going out saying that it's spiritual. Bro, it's literally RFID chip. But they don't got the understanding to receive it or to understand that. Why? Because the Most High ain't open that seal to them, right? And there's many more that speaks in parables, that speaks in, codes, things of that such, right? And I'm trying to think of at least one more for y'all. There's so many. Dang. I'll just go to one of the main ones, Deuteronomy 28:68, right? Saying the Lord of all accounts, meaning Yahweh, say, shall bring thee to Egypt again with ships. Like, why does he say that? Why would we come to Egypt again with ships? Right? If these the curses and they done played out, we living through the curses right now. We never went to Egypt again with ships. What is it referring to? Right? Then when you go to Exodus 20:2, so you see how I'm bringing up different precepts to show how to align with other precepts. Exodus 22 said, I am the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, thy power, which I brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So now, as y'all can see that the Most High used Egypt as another word for house of bondage. That's another code word. That's another, speaking in codes. So now when you realize Egypt means house of bondage, means slavery, now you read it again and you like, and the Lord Yahweh shall bring thee into slavery again with shields. And you get to think like, damn, what people known for going into slavery on ships? So-called African Americans, right? The Israelites, basically African Americans, Mexican, Native Americans, and etc. Right? We're known for coming over here to Babylon the Great on shields to go into slavery. He said, by the way whereof I speak unto thee, that thou shalt see it no more again, and that ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondman and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you, right? So with that being said, of course there's many more, right? You got Daniel, Jeremiah, Revelation, lots in Revelation, right? And how it speaks on your house, how I come back on white horse and all types of stuff. And people don't understand these things, man, because they speaking in codes. Y'all not meant to, but that's why the Lord got true servants, true teachers out here to break it down to y'all, right? To reveal it unto y'all, right? Because the Most High open the seal up to his true teachers, right? But Lord willing, y'all get the point. You know what I mean? And Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. Once again, Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Once again, shalom to the hopeful elect, beginning with the 144,000. Shalom.